Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe reached the temple at the top of the ziggurat and decided to wait for Adam to join them. Dell did a card trick to pass the time, but was really bad at it. Tyler disguised himself as a Lizardfolk to venture into the temple, and Shadow Rogue proposed that they pretend to be prisoners to get further inside. When Adam, now styling himself as Shadow Nemesis, finally arrived, he mistook Dell and Shadow Rogue for actual prisoners, and Hazel-Jimmy tried to shoot at Tyler but seriously injured Adam instead. Is Shadow Nemesis so hangry and evil now that he'll eat his own adopted daughter? Who knows?
Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft. We're here to record our second episode with all of you lovely watchers out there. And I will do a quick recap of our first episode in case anybody missed what was going on there and is tagging in now. Our heroes were climbing the ziggurat to the temple at the top where the Lizardfolk lived. Dell, Tyler, and Shadow Rogue all decided to wait for Adam despite the fact that he was evil because he seems sort of like a murderous cannon you can aim at things and just unleash. On the way up the ziggurat, Adam brought Jimmy and his squire and gave them promotions to include Shadow in their name and also encouraged them enthusiastically about evil. When they entered the ziggurat, Tyler went in first, turned himself into a Lizardfolk quite cleverly, searched an area, found a large chamber full of broken weapons with an ornate door at the other end. He checked it for magical traps, and there weren't any. His friends arrived, Shadow Rogue and Dell, because they were convinced to go inside, while Adam told everyone that he was strategically staying behind to supervise his minions with his plan to shove a bag of holding over the villain's head, somehow from behind his friends. Shadow Rogue and Dell almost mistook Tyler for a Lizardfolk because he looked so good, but he was still Tyler, so they came up with a plan to pretend to be prisoners and get brought inside, at which point Adam, sneaking in with his minions / children, his daughter and son, or son and son, depending on how drunk Adam is on any given moment. Unfortunately, his squire fell down and broke the feather in his hat that made him into the Great Wizard Omega Sergeant of Shadows. And very sad until Adam gave the Omega Sergeant his Polaroid camera and convinced him and Hazel / Jimmy that they could steal the souls of opponents by taking photos of them with a Polaroid camera, but it wouldn't work on either of them, and it definitely wouldn't work on Adam. Then they moved forwards. Shadow Nemesis led his minions, but mistook Dell and Shadow Rogue, who were pretending to be prisoners, for actually being prisoners of a Lizardfolk. Tried to convince Jimmy to shoot the Lizardfolk. Through a nat 1, Jimmy's bow struck, heavily wounding Adam's face. So Shadow Nemesis is bleeding and can't see out of one eye. And the party all came together. However, Shadow Nemesis has been hungry. Shadow Nemesis did not eat since the night before, and now injured, furious, and staring at the daughter who wounded him. We are finding out if our dear friend Shadow Nemesis eats her. So now it is time for us to journey into Jesters of Ravenloft. Shadow Nemesis, you are bleeding. You are unable to see out of one eye. You are deeply hurt. You are starving. You are hangry, and you are staring at the being that hurt you. Can you even see that this is your daughter, Jimmy? Sorry, Shadow Jimmy, because you put Shadow Jimmy at front of one end and back of the other just to do me no favors. Shadow Jimmy, let's get that wisdom save.
Okay.
Stakes have never been higher for Adam.
Wisdom save. Okay, so +2 for wisdom. Hold on to your socks. 5.
Oh, 5.
I did not know what to read in your face there for a second.
Shadow Nemesis, your hunger and fury overwhelm you, and you launch yourself at Shadow Jimmy.
Okay. Yeah, my eyes are still burning red and there's smoke coming out. And I say, Shadow Jimmy, I just remembered where your father was. In hell! And I grab her throat and I want to run up the wall with her so I can drain her blood and gain points back. Because if I'm at half HP, I can gain points back.
Can you roll me an acrobatics?
Can we try to stop this from happening?
I think his move will have surprised you, but He gets his surprise round, and then it's going to get interesting.
Well, acrobatics is a total of 10.
10. You get about halfway up the wall. So you are 8 feet off the ground sideways, holding Shadow-Jimmy. Can you all roll me initiative?
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
I rolled a nat 20.
Ooh, I rolled an 18.
I rolled a 15.
I rolled a total of 5. Boy, what's happening today? My caramba.
My caramba, indeed.
I karma rumba.
My karma.
Right here.
Ride's over, Adam. You had fun. You had fun for 16 episodes. Yeah, it just came screeching to a halt.
Okay. Del, you are the first person to react to this because you have the least trust of Adam on an ongoing basis.
Oh.
He has grabbed probably Hazel to you, Shadow-Jimmy to him, and is running up a wall with blazing red eyes and fangs already bared. What do you do?
Oh man, I just in a total instant instinct, I feel like I just run and try to get my arm between his face and this girl.
He is 8 feet up this wall. Are you
he
running up
is.
the wall to try to get the arm in the way?
I don't know that I can reach that. I guess then I just try to grab Adam's leg because I can't even jump that high.
Great. Can you roll me an acrobatics for attempting to essentially wall run up to grab Adam? He's only 8 feet up, so realistically, you're tall enough that this would be like a 2-foot jump. It's not unreasonable.
I only rolled a 9.
A 9. You dash forwards and try to jump up, but don't reach him. Is there anything else you would like to do? You've used your movement. You do feel smoke swirl up your back, and you look down, you see the mists coming out of the wall and out of the floor, and they swoop over your shoulder, and they wrap around your bow, just fully obscuring it. And then the mists part, and you see a golden bow now rests on your back. It's been replaced with a fancier bow.
Oh.
It looks really cool.
Wow, that's awesome. I think in the moment I clocked that while I'm staring at Adam. That is
Wow.
Thanks, Shadow. But I think what I do with Adam is just try to be in this moment of panic. I'm just thinking, Adam, cut! Like trying to do like end scene, Adam, end scene. Like you like see
Oh, I think that went well, everybody. Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
It's
and because
18.
I have stats for Shadow Master, that's the brain thing, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I have stats for Shadow Master, so that sets the DC.
Yeah, 18 was my roll.
You do yell cut, and Shadow Nemesis, you hear the words end scene cut through your brain, and you see yourself staring at Shadow-Jimmy. You're standing on the wall ready to bite into her neck. What do you do?
Oh man. I don't have to roll anything, huh? Oh, okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, being the trained actor that I am, I cut just immediately, like, kind of hits me, and I pause, but then I'm also hangry, so I'm kind of like, my face is like expanding into like vampire werewolf. And then back to normal, so it's kind of like, and I'm like kind of leaning in, but like going away. It's like, oh, but maybe just a bite. Oh, but they said cut. Oh, but just a little bit more. Oh, but then the scene's over. There's nothing else to do, but just have another little bite. It's like, yeah, but there's no more audience, and I just keep like going back and forth.
So still torn between futures. Tyler, you are next. What do you do?
Since she's still hanging up there, he's got Hazel by her neck. Is that the idea? Holding her by her throat with one hand, but standing up on a wall. Is that right, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the way I pictured it was that like I could like if I'm climbing up the wall, maybe my back is to the room and I'm like holding her against the wall so she doesn't like escape.
Oh, okay. All right, then. What I want to do is I want to stun Adam in such a way that it gives Hazel the opportunity to drop. I would like to take out my tech deck and just do a sick trick and flick it like at his face, doing like not really doing any damage. I don't want to hurt him further, but I do want to just be enough to take him out of the moment, to break his concentration, to give Hazel the gap she needs to drop.
That's perfect. This is definitely sleight of hand, and you are proficient in sick tricks. So please add your proficiency bonus to your sleight of hand score.
Okay, thank you. I will. Ooh. Well, I just lost a tech deck skateboard. That's what that means. Sleight of hand is +1, and that makes it +3 with proficiency for a total of 6.
Of 6. You flick the tech deck, and it flies up, and instead of hitting Adam in his exposed face, it just pings off his shoulder guard because he is in full RoboCop armor, and it doesn't do damage. But you are proficient in sick tricks. So it bounces off his shoulder, it does a little roll along the wall, and then it falls down spinning and lands back in your hand.
I looked down at my hand like that was cool, but still fucked that up. Shit.
All right, Shadow Rogue.
So again, I'm torn because there's a lot of different feelings I have about who Adam's become. I had these memories of him, of meeting him, and he was such a great guy. But I'm also torn because he lied to me before. But I don't want any more harm to come to him or Hazel, and I'm just going to one last shot, try to calm his mind, bring it back to normal. And I think by healing him, that will calm his nerves. So I'm going to try and heal everybody one more time. And either I heal everybody or I scare the shit out of people with lightning, and hopefully that snaps them too. So I'm hopefully I'm going to say, this time I just fully just slam on my ass down and find inner peace, connect with Ezra. Ezra, please heal my friend and everyone else. Let their crazy mind go calm. And then, oh shit. And can I roll?
Oh yeah, roll a religion check.
And I rolled, I rolled a 20.
Whoa!
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You feel the magic flow through you, and you realize you need to touch Adam to be able to heal Adam. He is 8 feet in the air. How do you want to do this?
Who is closest to him right now? That
Hazel. But directly below him is Del.
Yes.
Del, oh God. This is a thing. I want to kind of basically jump on Del's shoulders like she was a Mario enemy. Mm-hmm. And leapfrog and just basically dunk, or at least do a really shitty dunk where how I would dunk, which is basically just touch the bottom of Adam's foot with my fingers. But I have to do this very quickly so I don't injure Del, because my feet are also ghostly.
Yep, you're correct.
Unless I'm like, Del, does she Del have a shield? Do you have a shield, Del?
Yeah.
I'm like, Del, hold the shield, and then I'm going to jump on the shield, and hopefully, she can
unfortunately, Del's already had her turn. So if you're going to do this before the magic goes away, you just have to go for it.
I'm just going to have to jump. I'm really sorry, Del.
Alrighty.
What?
Can you roll me an acrobatics with advantage because you are bouncing off of Del?
Yeah, I definitely can. With advantage, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You jump up onto Del, reach up, and you can touch Adam however or wherever you want in his body. You're saving for the foot that's on the wall?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the part that will do the least amount of damage if I somehow screw up, but will imbue him with enough healing touch.
Great. You've already succeeded because that's a dirty 20. So you'll touch him where you want. So where are you tagging him on the body?
Just on the ankle, bud. Just going up. Yeah.
Okay.
Smacking him right on the ankle.
Can you roll me? And these have to be two separate numbers. I need a D8 and a D4.
Oh no.
Okay. So the D8 is a 1 and the D4 is a 3.
I hate this.
You reach up, and with the magic in your hands, you use the healing power of Ezra to heal Adam for 1 health point. And then the darkness and death within your body spills through your hands and hits him for 3. That'll be a quick break.
But
We're coming back.
Great.
So Adam, you take 2 points of damage instead of any healing, which hurts you. Also, Guy, can you roll me another D4?
Another D4. That's a 2.
That's a 2. Del, you take 2 points of necrotic damage from the feet of the ghosts that have landed on your back.
Why didn't I should have thrown my ass at Adam. Why? Oh.
So you fall down to your feet. Adam, you've been very even further injured from where you were standing.
Yep.
And Shadow-Jimmy looks you in the eyes and just says, "First, Dad, why this is such a happy time. It's my birthday." And she's trying to just persuade you with humanity. And that seems like might work for everyone. When the mists swirl up from beneath you,
no!
And they go into Shadow-Jimmy's body and fuel her. Adam, I'm going to let you roll the gift of the Watchers that we have been given. I need you to roll a D6 because we have a spooky success or a fearful failure.
for Jimmy?
We gotta find out what happens to Jimmy.
All right.
Jimmy's fate.
Come on,
You've never
Jimmy.
failed these. You're not going to start now. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
It's great. It's going to be great.
5.
5.
The hot streak continues for Adam McNamara, baby.
Okay.
The mists flow through you, and you are fully returned to your senses, Shadow Nemesis. You're fully in control. You are heavily injured. You are floating on a wall. You are still hangry, but you are back in control of yourself. So whatever you do now is Adam's choice.
Okay. All right. So I'm hangry. I'm not in this like berserker rage anymore.
Nope, you are fully in control of yourself again.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean I'm influencing your actions.
Okay. All right. Oh God. Is there like? I'm so conflicted. Is there like can I roll something to decide what I do? Like, is there like a thing I
just did?
Oh God.
Okay, yeah. I guess are you trying to figure out that you're like, what would you do as character versus what would you do as Adam, who as a human probably doesn't want to eat a person? Is that where you're at on this?
Well, I mean, I guess that's part of it. I guess it's also like, I am hangry, and like I know when I'm hangry. Like if I have snacks in the house, I'm just gonna devour them. Like I even though if I like, I had some cookies today, like I'm just gonna eat more cookies.
Well, then what I will do is clarify then with your spooky success and fearful failure.
Okay.
Whatever you do is entirely your choice. There are no die rolls. Choose your future, my friend.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to. Okay, I gotta talk to Jimmy. I gotta talk to Jimmy. Then I'm gonna be like, oh, Jimmy, what, I know, and I don't even realize that I'm on the wall.
Still holding her against the wall.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Like, Jimmy, what are you doing? What happened?
You're just trying to eat me, good old bad dad.
Eat Jimmy?
Yeah.
Shadow Nemesis eat Jimmy?
Shadow-Jimmy now.
Shadow-Jimmy, oh God. And I kind of like touch my face and I like have blood on my fingers and maybe a bit of eye, depending how much the damage is. I don't know.
And your foot really hurts.
Yeah. And I was like, and I just drop Jimmy and I scuttle to the ceiling, and I just let out a scream, and I go, Shadow Master, guide me! Ah!
Okay, Del, can you roll me a dex save?
Ooh, it's a dirty 20.
Okay, you dodge out of the way as Jimmy drops 8 feet down to the floor. So you're not hit with Jimmy, but Jimmy failed Jimmy's save.
Oh,
so
no.
Jimmy just slams into the floor. And
No.
takes
No.
max damage. So Jimmy is
Jimmy, get up.
heavily wounded, covered in Shadow Jimmy, covered in her own blood, just goes and just fully winded on the floor as she lands. Meanwhile, it is your turn, Shadow Nemesis. So you have yelled to Shadow Master to help you?
Yeah.
Listen, you could eat someone, or you could just waste their time, or you could just calm down.
Okay, and then I'm on the ceiling and be like, okay, and I yell down, and be like, okay, just give me a minute, and
To be clear, Tyler, he's 2 feet above you.
and I kind of go into a fetal position as much as I can while sticking to the wall.
Yep.
And I just like just start like shaking.
Okay.
Adam, we don't have time for this.
And I kind of roll down the wall while I'm like I'm rolling down a hill, but down the wall, and I kind of stand up, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, everybody. I lost control. I wasn't aware of my actions. Shadow Rogue, heal me, please.
I mean, you still trust me to heal you after my healing you royally fucked you?
Wait, what? That was you?
I mean, no. I will heal you. Yes. Let's do it.
Can you roll me a deception, Shadow Rogue? And Shadow Nemesis, if you can roll me a perception.
Perception. Okay.
Okay, so my deception is 8.
Boy, howdy. Perception is 8.
You cannot tell. You know what? This is just going to happen because I don't think you see it well enough to know if it's the truth or not, and your mind is boggled. So go for that healing if you want, Shadow Rogue.
Okay. Place your hand on my ass.
Del, as someone who just was injured while watching Shadow Rogue injure somebody else, do you let this play out? Do you intervene? What are you thinking?
I think at first is to check on poor Shadow Jimmy on the floor, but then turning to see this. Wait. We need to stop hurting each other. Wait.
Okay.
Tyler, do you have another healing potion or something?
Let me take a look. And I pat myself down on my cloak of convenience and try to produce that same healing potion that I drank empty before.
So the same healing potion that you drank, when you take it out, is still an empty flask. So here's the devil's bargain that you have, Tyler, that I will make clear for you.
Oh, devil's bargain.
You have 3 spots on your cloak that could be any item that you needed in a time of importance. You have used 1 on a potion of healing.
Yep.
Do you want to use another?
Yeah, I do.
Then you have another potion of healing.
All right.
Make a note. You've only got 1 surprise slot left in your coat.
Noting it. Yep. 2 potions. In brackets, used. And I produce the empty jar or flask, kind of upend it. Like, oh, sorry. And that phases back into my cloak, and I pat around some more. And I say, hang on, this might be it. And I pull out an exact copy, but the liquid is sloshing around it. And I say, yeah, I guess this should do it. Here you go. And I hand it to Del.
Okay, I run it over to between the other two before butt touching is happening.
I'm
Here,
reaching for his butt.
No. Here, Shadow Nemesis. This is healing potion. Drink this. Feel better. Shadow Rogue. Good effort. Very out. Don't no more.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's fine. It was a great effort. It was great. We could try again later, but right now, this is you don't want to.
Yeah, no,
You
I
don't
get
want to push when you're already burnt out.
Definitely.
Okay.
I was just really tired, I think, and yeah, it happens.
You'll
Praise
get
Ezra.
it.
Yeah.
Next time, but just don't overdo it. You don't have to. You don't have to overdo.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. You're doing great though.
Oh, thank you. You're doing great too. Okay.
Thanks. Okay. Shadow Nemesis. Gulp, gulp. Feel better.
Okay, I grab it away from you and I uncork it and I go to swig it, but then I look down at Shadow-Jimmy, and I'm guessing she's looking pretty bad.
Oh yeah, Shadow-Jimmy is fucked up. Shadow-Jimmy is not dying, but Shadow-Jimmy is close to dying.
And then it's almost like you know at the end of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. It's just like, and what happened in the Snake Temple? Well, in Happy Town, they say that Shadow Nemesis' heart grew 3 times that day. And then I kind of like hold her head up and I'm like, here, Jimmy, you take this. And I give Jimmy the potion. And then Jimmy heals.
Wow. Can you roll me 2d4?
Okay. All right. 4. Total 5.
Total of 5. Okay. Jimmy looks much better. Looks like the end of a rough day for Jimmy. A couple of bruises, but nothing too intense in terms of her injuries.
Adam, this is a new side of you for all I know. This is impressive. You're being a good father.
Adam, for making this bold choice, I would like to give you a point of inspiration that you can use at a future time because you made a selfless choice.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Shadow Rogue, you are gifted the memory of a pop culture reference that I am going to say is the end of the Grinch movie. So you do know of the heart growing 3 sizes that day, and this moment does ring true to you of that.
Oh, yeah. And then I look and then I just picture Adam's face just becoming hairy and green and just curling up and a billion wrinkles forming on his face. Where I'm like, oh, that's cute. Oh, okay, stop. Ew. You're a good bad man.
Oh my gosh, though, you're still so hurt, Black Knight. You want to drink my blood?
And then I'll say, like, I don't need magic potions to heal. I need the blood of a boss to heal me. And I want to run towards the boss door with my sword unleashed and my bag of holding out. And I go, motherfucker, baby, you better watch out, because this motherfucker's coming to fuck your fuck up. And I boot open the door.
And we'll take an ad break right there.
No.
The choices are wow.
Shadow Nemesis, you kick open the door and it flies inwards. These doors are super well machined. You are looking into a massive, crude stone religious chamber. There is a large altar and a raised miniature ziggurat of steps, and standing at the top of it is a smaller lizard folk than you expected. We're talking the 4.5 feet tall, skinny limbs of the Ryan and Steves of the lizard folk, the ones you saw on a boat. Only this one is bedecked in feathers and pieces of armor that all seem 4 times too big for its tiny body. And standing next to it is an altar with a glow emanating from the center of it. There's clearly a basin beneath this item. You can't see exactly what it is. And the lizard reaches down and grabs a large bronze crank in the floor and pulls it towards itself. And a person hanging from a chain swings down to the lizard from a hole in the wall. And they look over and see you and say, "The chosen one, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to get totally sick. And you just see the lizard chieftain reach into their torso and pull out their beating heart in its hand. And they look at you and just go, oh, still cool. And they die. And the lizard reaches over and squeezes the blood out of the heart onto the object in the altar. And you realize it's a basin full of blood. What do you do?
I'm still in like a battle frenzy, so I think I just run up the steps at this thing and I go like, I need your blood, gimme, and I want to vampire attack him and just suck him dry and get my health back.
Great, roll me an attack, and if you are biting, it is with advantage.
Oh, good,
because you are below half health.
Tell me about it. Yeah, okay. Oh, thank God for advantage. Okay, so +4 for vampire bite means that is a total of 23.
Total of 23. Nice. Wow. You land your hit solidly. You sink your fangs into its arm. Roll your damage.
Oh, and is my damage what I heal?
Yes, you will heal the damage that you deal.
All right, here we go. All right, 1d4 plus 2. So that is, oh man, that's 5.
There you go. You draw 5 points of you draw 5 points of blood out of this beast and feed your endless dark hunger.
Can I like latch onto him too? Just kind of like, nah, like.
You can certainly try.
Okay. Like I can actually spider powers.
To be clear, that was your attack and you moved towards it. So no, not this round. Actually, that's going to have to be a future attempt.
I'm just not touching him and leaning in. And
I mean, I think there's like touching
your lips on him right now. That's all.
But you weren't able to like full wrestling grapple him. Your focus was on biting, which makes sense.
Okay.
Now let's get everybody else to roll me initiative.
Another nat 20 for initiative somehow. I don't understand.
Dirty 13.
17.
16 for me.
Okay. Jimmy with that sweet old 10. Shadow Jimmy with a 10. And then the great wizard Omega Sergeant of Shadows. Fuck me with a nat 20. Just killing it.
Yeah, buddy.
Make daddy proud.
All right, Del, you get to go first because you have a much better initiative stat than the Omega Sergeant Great Wizard of Shadows.
All right, if I just run after Adam and get into that room, if I use my new special bow, can I shoot without hitting Adam? Like, is Adam blocking the lizard person?
Adam is blocking the lizard person, so you would be shooting with disadvantage.
Okay.
But you can still shoot.
Yeah, I'll try it. It's worth a shot, I guess.
Great. You reach back and touch your really cool bow.
Yeah.
And the moment you do, you feel that it attunes with you. You feel its magic around you.
Ooh.
This is a really cool bow, Del. It is a +1 short bow. So it matches all of your other skills that's there, but it will add +1 to hit and +1 damage. But this bow has a voice that's a bit of a cool surfer dude. And every time you fire this bow, it has to yell something really cool.
Yeah, and I can feel that.
Yep. You just know it will yell something really cool every time you use it.
I mean, I guess distraction good. Sure. Let's do it. Let's do this bow situation.
Great. Roll me an attack with disadvantage.
And it's +1 to that?
+1 to the amount. I think you're +5 now, so it'd be +6.
Yeah. Okay, so then that's a 10.
That is a 10. You fire, and it just plinks off the armor. But what does your bow yell while being super awesome? It has to be cool. Whatever it yells has to be cool, and it has to be in a surfer voice.
I'm zooming.
Hell yeah.
Is that cool?
That's for the record, very cool and exactly what I was hoping for. So just make a note. Every time you shoot this bow, you have to yell something cool.
Oh no. All right.
But sadly, it plinks off and does no harm to the Lizardfolk chieftain. Up next, I have Tyler.
I still look like a lizard. And
Yep.
I'll try to leverage that, I think, and run up to Adam and pretend I'm trying to get him off. I am. I've got like my hands on his shoulders, and I'm like wrenching my head back as if I'm putting effort to pull him away. But like, Adam, you feel virtually nothing on your shoulders. I am just aping this move over and over again, like I'm trying to pull you off of him.
Acting.
Yeah. Can you roll me a performance?
17.
The chieftain just seems to be pushing Adam more towards you, as though you're like just trying to get you to help.
Yeah. And I'm just like, right on. Yeah. 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 Cool.
All right, that is Tyler's turn. Shadow Rogue.
So my plan was still going to be like I was originally going to try and be a prisoner, but I'm hoping that now I don't trust my skills right now with a bow. I saw what Dell did. I saw that it did nothing. So I want basically Tyler to have my back. I want to come up there basically like I am in some kind of servitude to Tyler. I hope he will be able to portray this to the Lizard King or whoever this is. And I'm going to try and push him away from Adam to show that I am also helping. So I am going to run up and attempt to be like, dude, it's cool. I'm with him. It's cool. I'm with him. Here, let me get you away. And I'm going to put both of my hands on his, on both of his shoulders and try to push him away. But
all right, roll the attack.
All right. Dude, it's cool. Dude, calm down. That's a natural 20.
Oh my God. You reach out and land that blow. All right, roll me 2d4 as well as I think it's a d10 for your spooky damage.
Wow.
Oh wait,
right.
no, this is a strike. So no, roll me 3d4. That would be it because it's an attack, not a grapple.
3d4. Okay, that's cool. Fucking okay. That is 3 4s.
Whoa! Shit, nice.
Oh my God.
Holy shit, guy.
Shadow Rogue.
We're doing really well.
Dude, it's cool. I'm here to help. It's cool.
So you reach out saying, it's cool, sinking your hands in, specifically gripping to try to burn through the flesh.
Yeah.
But the thing that disturbs you the most is you can feel some of your dark energy drawing the life out of this chieftain, but your fingers aren't sinking in the way they should. It's like hitting a rock. You can't actually do the physical damage that you want to do. It's like this creature is made of stone. It's somehow just preventing all of that. So you end up only doing 4 points of damage.
Oh no.
You're built, man. You're fucking cut, dude.
All right, up next is Shadow-Jimmy, who races into the room and says to the squire, why aren't you doing anything? Because I forgot the squire rolled a 20. So the squire says, don't worry, I know what to do. And the squire raises its camera and takes a picture.
Yeah.
Nice. The squire misses and gets a photo of the floor. And Hazel says, you idiot, I'll help. See, it's better if we do it together for Dad. So Hazel also helps the squire take another picture, which also misses. They have used 3 of the 15 shots from your camera. And at this point, Shadow Nemesis, you realize what you should have realized back in the hallway, which is you have convinced your 2 minions that the best way to help you is to stand around taking pictures in combat.
Oh, man.
Shadow Nemesis.
Okay. Quick question. So can I only heal if I'm like below half, or every time I bite, can I heal?
You can bite every time. You only have advantage on the attack if you're below half.
But I can, every time I bite and I land it, I can heal.
You heal. I got to double check the rules. It's written on your sheet because I wrote it there. So
okay,
what does that say?
Well, when you have when your HP is half or less, you have advantage on bite attacks.
Mm-hmm.
If you do damage, you gain HP or a bonus equal to. Okay, I guess so. I guess that's what that means.
Or a bonus equal. You got to read the whole thing to me.
Or Adam wins. I thought, oh yeah, that's right. Or a bonus equal to the damage to your next ability check or attack.
Oh yeah, so you can decide if you want to take it as health, or it can be a boost to your next check.
Oh,
so if you do, 4 points of damage, you could either take 4 health, or you could add a +4 to your next attack. That won't affect you now because you healed yourself last turn, but you can attack if you want.
Oh, so I can't heal myself again?
You can use it for health anytime.
Okay, so all right. This is what Shadow Nemesis does. He's going to take the bag of holding and he's going to say nighty night, and he's going to put the bag over his head, but leaving a nice little space for his neck.
You're not going to be able to do both.
You're
going to have to choose between the bag or the bite.
All right. Blast. I say as I realize I can't do those two things. All right, I'll put a bag over his head then.
All right, roll me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. All right. 5.
You raise the bag and you're about to place it over the head when the chieftain reaches up and grabs your wrist, and it halts you in place. And you just see the lizard stare into your eyes hatefully with its red eyes, and it raises the heart and bites into it. And you are all pushed backwards as the Lizardfolk grows. The chieftain grows 3 times its current size until it's 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall, broad, muscular, huge. And it reaches down and grabs the bronze crank in the floor and pulls it up. And you realize the crank was just the handle of a stone sword that it flips around. That's nearly the size of half of its torso. It's a large, square, rectangular shape of stone with large, sharp, 6-inch long teeth hammered in along where the blade would be. And it raises the weapon and just says, and then it's just going to lash out and try to throw you, Adam. So can you roll me an athletics?
Come on, Spidey powers, let's go. My athletics 0. Okay. Total 6.
Yeah, it rolled a dirty 20. So the chieftain just lashes out and bats you aside, and you fly across the chamber and slam into the wall, where you will take 3 points of damage. You got real lucky on that die roll, bouncing off the wall.
All right. I stick to the wall for a bit and then just slide down and bump.
And it uses its movement to step past the other lizard folk and keep Shadow Rogue pushed back and away from the altar. However, moving past the other lizard folk does give you the opportunity for an attack of opportunity, should you want to take it, Tyler.
Yeah, let's blow the lid on this ruse. If he's engaged with Shadow Rogue, do I get advantage?
Absolutely.
To hit?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna reach behind my back, take out the great sword, and try to take a chunk out of this guy. First roll 6. Second roll natural 20.
Oh yeah!
Yes!
Roll those damages.
All right, so that becomes 4d6. Which is really nice. So these 2 is a total of 6, plus another 2 is a total of 8. For 6 and 8 is
14.
14. Thank you. My math is garbage. 14 plus 2 for 16.
16 damage total, which is nice. So what does this strike look like as you attack this from the side?
I think with Disguise Self, when you make an attack, the spell ends, I believe. So what basically happens is like a like a reptile shedding its skin, as I reach backwards, the spell kind of like stutters and freezes, and stepping forward out of the lizard man form, I take one step and bring the greatsword down. So Tyler steps out of the lizard man flesh as it just vaporizes behind me, and I take a big swing on this guy's back.
Awesome. Tyler, can you roll me a con save?
Yeah. Constitution. That is -1. That's a 10.
A 10. As you lash out with your sword, you strike this mighty blow. It's perfectly timed. It smashes down into like down and back into the spine of this chieftain. You're certain, I guess, the mayor of lizards, as you've described it.
Right, yeah.
It smashes into the mayor's spine, and you know that you've landed a blow that should bring this fight to an end. But instead of that happening, your great sword shatters against the creature's back, and you realize that all of the shattered weapons in the other room are weapons that were used against this chieftain. No damage is done, and your sword is broken.
No.
Shit. I didn't know I was that strong. I didn't know I could break a sword on someone.
Oh, no.
I'm a little impressed and terrified.
Yep. The combat continues. Del.
Man, I don't like the looks of that. Now I'm.
Can you roll me a
looking around.
perception?
Yeah, like what the fuck is happening? 16.
16, pretty good. You're seeing that this thing seems to be immune to traditional weaponry.
Okay.
You saw your arrow bounce off. You've seen this sword break. You saw Shadow Rogue's hands not pierce the flesh. It was still hurt by seemingly magical things. Necrotic damage still went through from the ghost hands themselves. You can see the bleached areas around the hands where some of that has gone through. And the bite of Adam's or Shadow Nemesis is still bleeding on its arm.
Okay.
So your guess would be you need something more than the mundane to be able to hurt this creature. And with a 16, because you got that one getting you over 15 was real important for you.
Okay.
You realize there is still a glow coming from the basin of blood, which may mean that there is something in there that the creature is defending as it threw Shadow Nemesis away from it, and it was trying to shove Guy away from Shadow Rogue, away from the altar.
Yeah. All right. I think it's put the bow back on my back, have the shield out, and I'm going to just book it up there and try to get into whatever's in the middle of the room.
Great. It's super engaged. So you don't need to worry about that. Tyler's blocking you even with his shattered sword. You dash up the stairs and past him until you reach the altar. It is 4 feet tall, and inside it you can see just this bronze basin filled with blood. And hanging in the air over it, glowing, is something that's just encased in almost a flowing crimson surface. You're seeing blood trapped in the air just surrounding something. You don't know what it is, but the glow is coming from within it.
Yeah, I think it's just full on. I'm gonna jump in the middle of that basin and grab the whatever it is, and pull down, like if you jump in a pool and grab a floating ball that's on top of the pool.
Great, you do that because it's all holding still. So you climb up onto the altar into the basin, and you reach out and grab within the red. Can you roll me a dex save?
Okay, it's a 15.
15. Okay, you're good. You don't grab the sharp side. That's excellent. So you reach into the blood and feel your hand wrap around a slender, cylindrical object. And as you pull it out, you look down and see almost a stylus. But at the end, instead of where you would see the pencil tip or anything like that, there's just a small 3-inch blade. Looks almost like the end of an X-Acto knife. Super, super sharp. And as you draw it through the air towards you, you actually see a small line impossibly cut in the air. You can see that it's cutting through reality, this small stylus.
So it's almost like it's like an invisible sword, like so thin. It's
actually only coming from the end of this 3-inch blade. So it's not extending further. You're not looking at it cutting through 6 feet. You're looking at yourself drawing a line in the air.
Oh, okay. Wow. Then I don't know. Do I have movement left?
I mean, what you're seeing all of that. You're are you trying to get to the monster? What are you trying to do?
I think I want to go back past the monster again, but if I'm running past, like try ducking down and by its feet, like running this thing along its leggies.
Whoa.
Ooh,
if
nice.
possible.
Running along the leggies. It is fueled by the power of the blood that it's within right now. So you can feel that it has a larger charge than it otherwise might would.
Okay.
You could dash, which would let you get the movement that you need, but then you couldn't attack.
Okay.
Or you've got this thing and it's drawing in the air. Can you roll me a wisdom save?
Sure. 7. I did it.
Or it's cutting the air. That's all I can give you.
Yeah. I think, well, I guess for me, it's like that since this thing is protecting this, I almost just want to run away with it. I hopped in the pool, I got your thing, and I'm running away. I'm
Great.
just going to get out of there.
You're going to dash for the door. So you start dashing for the door. And that is the moment you step out of the basin, you start hearing this cacophony of voices whispering in your ears. You're just hearing whispers, yells, tons of things. You're feeling the air swirling around you, and it's blowing your hair all over the place.
No.
And then you just hear the voice, a voice you never thought you would hear again. It echoes through almost your entire body so loud, and it just says, Del, you need to draw something. Draw away to kill it.
Murder! Oh,
Draw, damn you.
I'm gonna just draw in the air, like as if it were a giant arrowhead, like, and then like whoosh, like with lines, so it's like swoop, like it's going in a direction towards the monster.
So with your reality blade, you carve the shape of an arrow and all of the movement lines towards the monster, and then you just spin and sweep a hand, almost feeling Werner Herzog's aged body alongside you, pushing your arm.
Yes.
And your arrow flies true, and it becomes reality, and you can see it flying forwards, and this massive arrow punches through the chieftain's torso, out the back, and blows a hole nearly 4 feet around through the center of the chieftain, and it falls to the floor dead. End of episode.
Whoa. God damn.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Midnight Creeping by Jonathan Shaw at jshaw.co.uk, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Dio Vassis, Loki Burrito, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the wise paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.